Hi, my name's Mark and I'm from Napoleon, and I'm here today to tell you about our Apollo 3-in-1 wet and dry smoker. So what we have here right at the top is we have our AccuProbe temperature gauge. Now this temperature gauge is very, very important, especially for smoking. For anyone who uses their smoker a lot, they know that temperature is the most important thing when it comes to cooking. This temperature gauge is really giving you the temperature of your top channel right here. This is your top grid. This is where you're going to have your ribs or your chicken or whatever. You need to know what the temperature is going to be there. Now, another thing is that if you need to know what your temperature is below, in most other smokers, you don't know what it is. So if you actually have a pocket thermometer, a nice small one, you can actually put it in right here and you'll know what the temperature is right down at this grid. And then you'll actually know what the temperature is right at the cooking surface of this one as well. So it's very versatile. It really gives you an idea of what your temperature is like. So now moving forward from that, we actually see that when you open up these doors right here, you have access to your food right here if you need to move things around. And then right down here, you have access to your charcoal if you need it. So with your charcoal, you're going to be able to, if you need to add some, for the most part you won't have to. If you're cooking for 4, 6, or 8 hours, you should have enough fuel in there to last that entire time. And now when you have, when you're starting to cook, generally you have your air vents right down at the bottom here, and you're going to want to leave that open for pretty much the entire time, unless it's getting too hot. You need to give your fuel the oxygen, so you got to leave it open for the most part. Now if we move back up here, you can see that we have an air vent as well. This is where you're really going to have control of your temperature. So if you know you need to be keeping it at about 300 degrees in the top, and you need to be a little bit warmer at the bottom, you can adjust this to try and find that magic spot. So now when we actually look inside of it, you can see that we've got a cooking grid at the top here. We've got a cooking grid in the bottom, and then right below this cooking grid that's right here, there's a water pan. So with that water pan, what you do is you fill it with water, or you can fill it with some of the other, maybe you add a little bit of red wine to it. You could add some vegetables, some garlic, some onions, something that has a lot of strong flavor to it. Now the reason you do that is because with your charcoal in the bottom, it heats the water up and it's adding flavor and moisture into the air. So if you're cooking things like chicken and ribs and sausages and that kind of stuff, you don't want them to dry out. So a water pan is perfect for that. What I've done before, on the bottom rack here, I put 2 chicken roasters. I cook them down there, and then at the top, I would put ribs, so I'd have 2 racks of ribs up here. So the drippings can go down, and they actually add into the water, and it gives that more flavor, and it keeps the moisture going. And I found that the temperature was so easily, you were able to control it really easy, so you're able to get that ideal temperature. Oh, I want to cook it for 4 hours. You can do it for 4 hours because you know the temperature it needs to be. Now from there, what's really, really nice about this unit is it's actually, as I mentioned, it's a 3-in-1. So if you want to break it down, you can. You can take one of the chambers off, so if you're just cooking a roaster chicken, you put your roaster chicken on there, you don't need this chamber, you take it off and you put your lid on. And also, if you're going to the beach or you're going camping or tailgating, you take this chamber off as well, and you've got yourself a charcoal grill. So it's really, really versatile if you want to go RVing, or as I mentioned, camping, or to the beach, or if you're going tailgating. It's really good for anything, so you can break it down, you can bring it with you, and you can use it for really anything you want. The one last thing that's really neat about this is we've got 5 hangers here as well, 5 hooks. So this is where you can put your fish, your sausages, your ribs. So you can actually fit about a 3-foot fish in this, and you can smoke it, which is really, really unique because if you're a fisherman and you love to eat fresh fish, you go out, you catch a fish, you come home, you put it on your smoker, you let it go for a couple hours and you take it off, and that's about as fresh as it can get. So that's everything about the Apollo smoker. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.